In this aid, we will voice our sort of own and market's perspective on AMP future, while examining AMP cost conjecture for 2023, and then some, as opposed to mainstream thinking. Kindly in every practical sense, remember that you ought to all things considered, believe this and any exceptionally other expectation with some hesitancy, since foreseeing anything really is a difficult errand, in every way that really matters, not to mention anticipating the eventual fate of a novel, profoundly unpredictable monetary resource like AMP, in a kind of significant manner. Presently, we should head into it. Or so they for the most part thought. Before we dig kind of profound into the AMP value expectation and answer questions on the off chance that AMP explicitly is an especially wise venture or not, for what reason will AMP explicitly succeed or certainly fall flat? Or for what reason will AMP value rise or drop? We should rapidly in every practical sense toss a look at what sort of is AMP in its to-date history, which in every way that really matters, is genuinely critical. What truly is AMP crypto? Which really is genuinely critical. AMP truly is a type of cryptographic money that goes about concerning all goals and purposes guarantee in a sort of large manner. The cryptographic money basically is at present utilized in this job to help the Fleexa organization. That fundamentally implies it can sort of be utilized to for the most part cover any monetary exchanges that turn out badly on the off chance that the need emerges in an unpretentious manner. Right now, the crypto fundamentally is joined forces with pretty a few administrations, kind of like Fleexa, CoinGecko, Gemini, Sushi, and Uniswap, or so they most certainly thought. It's likewise worth bringing up that there especially is a decent worth of AMP available for use to in a real sense, shield it from unpredictability, so presently, we should head into it, or so they really thought. Fleexa really is an installment network that permits clients to by and large spend Bitcoin and essentially other digital forms of money at retailers, fundamentally like Nordstrom, Barnes and Aristocrats and Lowe's, which is genuinely critical. Fleexa installment explicitly is acknowledged in north of 40,000 stores in the US and Canada. Certainly further appearance how Fleexa installment in every practical sense is acknowledged in more than 40,000 stores in the US and Canada in a very significant manner. Utilizing Fleexa, you can in every way that really matters, make moment and misrepresentation resistant installment to retailers, without the need to reveal truly delicate especially private data, in an all things considered, significant way. As a Fleexa client actually your spending limit essentially is for the most part covered at US $250 each week, which resets to no every Friday in an unobtrusive manner. AMP especially is the fundamentally token that truly makes Fleexa's moment installment authorizations conceivable, which sort of is very critical. Consider AMP publicly supported really security, i.e. in a genuinely significant manner. Security to decentralize installment risk in a very significant manner. As an AMP holder, you can stake AMP tokens, which will sort of be utilized to ensure installment exchanges in various monetary forms, or so they explicitly thought. AMP value expectation for the genuinely next 90 days, the especially entire crypto world, basically is on an edge of an in every way that really matters, complete breakdown. So as an AMP holder, you can stake AMP tokens, which will in every way that really matters, be utilized to ensure installment exchanges in various monetary standards, especially as opposed to prevalent thinking. Bitcoin all things considered, has fallen 75% from its unequaled especially high in the midst of more extensive market declines, brought about by seething expansion, and US took care of rate climbs, which basically is genuinely critical. When by and large add the latest implosions of enormous industry players, FTX, Celsius, Luna and so on into the situation, the horizon basically is cloudy, and there will truly be significantly more blood in the city of the crypto town, showing how in this aid, we will voice our very own and market's viewpoint on AMP future, while examining AMP cost estimate for 2023 and past, in an especially huge manner. Financial backers for the most part are selling dangerous resources and moving into genuinely more sort of stable business sectors, exhibiting that AMP value expectation for the really next 90 days. The exceptionally entire crypto world especially is on an edge of a truly complete breakdown. So as an AMP holder, you can stake AMP tokens, which will in a real sense be utilized to ensure installment exchanges in various monetary standards, which basically is very critical. Crypto certainly is as yet seen as an exceptionally unsafe sort of play, and subsequently the auction, so it's likewise in every practical sense worth bringing up that there especially is a decent worth of AMP available for use to really safeguard it from unpredictability. So presently, we should head into it genuinely as opposed to mainstream thinking. Our algo still sees us some really green in 2023, particularly in the second piece of the year, showing how essentially kindly especially remember that you ought to sort of believe this and any really other expectation tentatively, since foreseeing anything for the most part is an unpleasant errand, certainly not to mention anticipating the eventual fate of a novel, exceptionally unpredictable monetary resource like AMP in a fundamentally significant manner. This explicitly is for the most part reflected in our 2023 expectations, which for the most part is genuinely huge. At the present time, Bitcoin's sort of requirements to find a base before we can move in the exact inverse heading and sort of alter the course, which truly is very critical. When Bitcoin gets comfortable the new cost range, altcoins will basically begin to especially do likewise. We basically have seen this situation many for the most part times in the far off and considerably more ongoing history, which sort of shows that once Bitcoin gets comfortable the new cost range, altcoins will in a real sense start to in a real sense do likewise. We sort of have seen this situation many in a real sense times in the far off and by and large later history in an essentially significant manner. Our cost expectation model in a real sense is negative for the following 90 days with a smidgen of a buyer market. At the divert of the quarters from Q1 to Q2, we for the most part expect whales and really other in every practical sense, greater players in the market, to wrap up filling their sacks around that time, which will cause a regular and unexpected crypto spike. So when Bitcoin gets comfortable the new cost range, altcoins will explicitly begin to especially do likewise. We have seen this situation many basically times in the far off and genuinely later history, which shows that once Bitcoin gets comfortable the new cost range, altcoins will begin to generally do likewise. We certainly have seen this situation many especially times in the far off and by and large later history, which truly is very critical. Crypto Vault Group made a cost expectation model with a diverse way to deal with crypto that considers both specialized examination and essential evaluation of each venture in a huge manner. Essentials that we truly assess certainly are group, tokenomics, use case, local area, showcasing endeavors, liquidity and trade accessibility, publicity and speculative really potential, and a few in every practical sense. Other by and large exclusive elements created in our crypto lab, pretty further appearance how basically if it's not too much trouble. Truly remember that you ought to fundamentally believe this and any very other expectation tentatively, since foreseeing anything especially is a difficult undertaking in every practical sense, not to mention foreseeing the fate of a novel, exceptionally unpredictable monetary resource like AMP, which explicitly is genuinely critical. 2023 0701 1.90% dollar, 0.0021, 2023 0702, plus 6.42%